morning from Blue Valley High School. It's the third place game of the Blue Valley Shootout. A couple of 20-win teams from a season ago. Ruskin taking on Republic. I am Tim Spurl. He is the all-time leading scorer at UMKC, Michael Watson. And Michael, these are two teams that find themselves in the third place game, but two teams that are loaded. A lot returned from last year. Like I said, two 20-win programs from a season ago. A couple of teams with very high expectations.
And this is a fun time of the season for both teams. You're tired of practicing and playing against teams that you may know. You get a chance to play teams from outside of your conference to really gauge where you are as a unit.
A couple of guys that we've got our eyes on. First, for Republic, they have got a phenomenal score in Brentley Haywood coming back this year.
Yeah, he just knows how to go and get buckets. You see what he's averaging so far. Over 20 points a game, 4 rebounds. That's up from 16 points a game last season.
Averaged 16 a year ago. He was their leading scorer. And for Ruskin, speaking of leading scores, this guy can light it up. Pierre Smith, 20 a game last season. He's only gotten better.
He's only gotten better. I love what he does on the offensive end, but you can't talk about him without talking about what he can do defensively. You see, averaging nearly 8 steals a game. He is so active, and he is the engine for this Ruskin team.
Yeah, Michael, I had to confirm that with him before tip-off. He told me 8 steals a game. That's a real thing. Coming up next, the third place game of the Blue Valley Shootout from Blue Valley High School, Republic and Ruskin. Back from Blue Valley High School, welcome in. I am Tim Spurl. He is Michael Watson. The third place game on deck between the Eagles of Ruskin High School and Republic out of the Springfield area. And Michael, let's jump right into that Republic team. 2-3 in the early season. They've already gotten a handful of games in this tournament. 1-1, a win against a really good Lawrence team to open up the tournament. And then they fell to Olathe South last night. But a team with high expectations, they return a ton of talent.
Yeah, a ton of talent, and you talked about it. They had a nice win in this tournament against a really good Lawrence team. And so, like I said earlier, just an opportunity to see where you're clicking, where you can improve as a team. And coming in here tonight against Ruskin, going to face a different kind of opponent, the opponent that wants to get up and down the floor. They have the size advantage at Republic, and so let's see how they're able to combat that speed on the other end.
You see Matthew Ramsey, he is a Ruskin alum. He actually was out of coaching the last 2 seasons, and then Ruskin had an opening. He comes back to his alma mater, takes over, and he does get a heck of a scorer returning this year in Pierre Smith. You were talking about it in the pregame. Averaged 20 points a game last year. The guy is a tremendous defender, 8 steals a game. And you also said it, they want to run. Ruskin doesn't necessarily have a ton of size, so it's going to be important for them to get out in space.
Well, this may be a little bit before your time, but we call teams like that the 95 Raytown Blue Jays. Tyron Lue, Terry Noonan, Cortez Groves, nobody really over 6 foot, but they will battle you up and down. They did it with their speed, and let's see how Coach Ramsey does tonight. I know he wants to push the basketball, probably play a little bit of zone against his size from Republic.
I can promise you that Ruskin isn't afraid of size. They've already played a couple of big school opponents. They opened their season on the road with Rockhurst. Even though they fell in that game, they bounced back with an impressive win against Paseo, 100-77. And then in this tournament, they dumped Sumner 88-57 in the opener. And then last night against Blue Valley, they hung tough with the Tigers through 4 quarters, a 55-43 loss. But again, this is a team that made it to the Class 5 state tournament a year ago. Real quickly, the starters for both teams, you'll see them on your screen. First, for the Tigers of Republic High School, again, led by head coach Tim Brown. This is his 6th season. He has won 20 games in 4 of his last 5 seasons. And his starting lineup looks like this. Jordan Douglas will be in the backcourt, averaging 9 points a game, 42% from beyond the arc. And he is a sharpshooter, 45% three-point shooter from a season ago. Alongside him in the backcourt will be Aslan Ibish, a 6'1 senior, averaged 7 points, 3 boards a game last year, and Davin Parks, a 6'4 junior, averaged 5 points, 4 assists per game a season ago. And in the post this evening, making his first varsity start, C.J. Ewell, a 6'7 junior. And alongside him, the leading scorer on this team from a season ago, Brentley Haywood, who averaged 20 and a half a contest a season ago. On the other side for Ruskin, they run out like this. Pierre Smith, Seth Brown, Montanillo, Few, Maurice Jackson, Clayton Levels. More on them in a second. But first, Bethany Bowman standing long on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. You know, for Republic, Coach Tim Brown telling me that 4 of his players just played in the Class 5 state title in football. They haven't even practiced a week, so kind of crazy to be back here. He doesn't feel like their full team has gelled quite yet as they're just getting some of those players back. And for Ruskin, of course, head coach, Coach Ramsey telling me that his team's definitely going to have to combat some size with the Republic team. You see here, if you look at Ruskin, they're definitely undersized, but he thinks that with their quickness, they may be able to combat some of that mismatch that we might see here tonight with the size.
Thank you, Bethany. And again, a Ruskin team that is going to need to rely on their ability to get out in the open floor. Pierre Smith, mentioned him. He is the guy that drives this engine, but it'll be interesting to see what some of the younger guys can do. They've got some youth on this roster, including a couple of sophomores that roll off the bench. Again, the third place game on deck between Republic and Ruskin. Ruskin going to be in those all blacks with the blue trim, and Republic from the Springfield area going to be in those all whites. Michael, what is going to be that driving force early on in the first quarter?
Well, you got to size each other up, and I mean that literally and figuratively if you're Ruskin, as well as Republic. Like you heard her mention, 4 players coming back from football. It's always difficult to make that transition on back to the basketball floor from the football field. But toughness, you don't have to practice toughness, and we know that they have that.
Yeah, one of those guys returning from the football field will be a guy we talk about throughout the evening. Coming off the bench, James Rexroth is actually a Memphis football commit. Going to play tight end next year for the Tigers, but again, he will start on the bench. I was told that Tim Brown has used almost a different starting lineup each game this season, and again, he rolls out a different lineup. We mentioned C.J. Ewell in the pregame. This is his first ever varsity start. He stands in the center circle, ready to get this one jumped, and he controls the opening tip back to his teammate, Brentley Hagwood. And again, this is the guy to keep an eye on.
Yeah, he's a driver, loves to get downhill on the fast break, even in half court. Not necessarily an outside shooter, but doesn't stop him from putting the ball in the bucket.
He's got it right side. And now Jordan Douglas, their best three-point shooter, throws it away. There he is, Pierre Smith with a takeaway.
We talked about it in the opening. He plays those passing lanes like none other. You see it right there on the first play on the defensive end.
8 steals a game so far this season. And Ewell almost got it poked free by Smith again, but a reach-in foul.
I thought he got all ball on that one. The bottom official got that call, but take a look at the first play of the game. Playing the passing lane, does a great job with the steal in the finish. He took his dunk steps, and he wanted to put that one down.
Ewell. It comes out to Hagwood after it was tipped away.
Quick hands by this Ruskin team.
And now a second turnover for Republic, just 46 seconds in.
Well, you see what they want to do already on the defensive end for Ruskin. As you see, goes with his head bent over right there.
They struggled with turnovers in the loss to Olathe South last night. Wing 3 is good.
Buckets.
Seth Brown connects, and it's 5-0 already, Ruskin.
And you have to respect the driving lanes from this Ruskin team. Good job of drawing the defense and kicking it out for the bucket.
Ewell trying to dig in underneath will go to the foul line.
I thought Ewell got away with a walk right there on the catch. Great job by Ruskin so far, playing him in the front and back, making the catch inside there.
C.J. Ewell, one of those guys from that state championship football team. Made the state finals, fell to Cardinal Ritter in the state championship game. But those football guys have only been playing for the last week, so they were not here throughout preseason.
And that's difficult to transition back into it. It's a different kind of shape, athletic shape you have to be in. You see Republic, they're back into a 2-3 zone. You would expect Ruskin to be playing a zone, but Republic kind of want to combat that quickness of Ruskin out on the perimeter.
Jackson. Now into the quarter, that's Few. Ruskin with an early three-point advantage. This is the first time we've seen them set up in the half court.
Well, good patience by Ruskin. No shot clock in high school. There you go. Get the ball to the top of the zone. Back door. There's a nice jump shot.
Few fading away. And Ruskin has started this game 3 for 3.
3 for 3, and nice execution against man as well as zone. But we see their calling cards on the defensive end.
Haywood finds his spot. That one well off the mark. Back up and running the other way is Ruskin, and they have started 4 for 4. Seth Brown on the leak out.
I mean, did we call it or did we call it? Ruskin, defense to offense. Great job boxing out. And look at this outlet pass, a la the Joker. Nice lead pass for the finish. And just like that, Ruskin out to an early 9-2 lead.
And early on, Pierre Smith looking like that guy that led the way for this team a year ago. Making plays on the defensive end, and there he finds the outlet pass. He looks like a true leader on this team early on.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Rebounding the basketball from the guard position as well. He's not the tallest guy on the floor, but it doesn't matter. You see the very, very well coached, putting the body on the man and boxing out.
Already a 7-point advantage for Ruskin. And Republic struggled to shoot the ball last night in the loss to Olathe South. And so far haven't found the mark either, in another turnover.
Wow.
Smith almost lost it. Gathers, great dish inside, and another assist for Pierre Smith.
Oh my goodness. Ruskin came to ball tonight.
Clayton Levels finished that one off, and Ruskin is now 5 for 5. Douglas will try a 3.
Nice. That was a big shot, much needed for Republic.
And that's your shooter. Again, 45% from beyond the arc a season ago.
And he shot it like he knew it that time down the floor. And you gotta love what Ruskin is doing so far on the defensive end.
Yeah, valuing possession in this opening quarter. Have not turned it over. Meanwhile, they've forced a handful of turnovers against Republic. You can hear a shove on the drive from Seth Brown. In a trio of substitutions, one of those guys we were talking about in the pregame, James Rexroth, the future Memphis tight end, into the ball game.
I mean, he's going to be the easiest one to pick out. Captain Obvious.
Smith not there, and there is the future Memphis Tiger. 6'5", 225. Built like a tight end.
Built like a grown man right now.
Haywood from the baseline. That's not there.
Good team rebounding by Ruskin. I mean, everyone is putting the body on someone and going towards the ball. Oh, nice steal.
This one stripped away. 2-on-1. Haywood will keep it and got it blocked, but now a foul call. Good contest at the rim, but that's going to send Haywood to the line.
Yeah, you got to love the hustle by Ruskin. Smith turns it over on one end, but check out the hustle right here. Did he get him? Yeah, got him right there on the arm at the end.
Haywood in this abbreviated season already averaging more than 20 a game. Had 16 last night against Olathe South. 6 foot, but they said he loves to attack the paint. And he splits the two here.
See if Republic gets settled in a little bit here on the offensive end. Staying in that zone, Darren Ruskin to shoot.
Brown off the mark on that corner 3. Riley Tan throws it away. Smith has got another steal. And now Smith gets it knocked out from behind.
Yeah, should have put that one in his right hand. Good hustle.
This guy puts pressure on opposing guards. That's been evident in the first 4 minutes.
He already has 3 steals in the first quarter.
Brown will try from the other corner.
Oh, man, nice shot by Brown. Shooting it with so much confidence, no hesitation from the corner, and able to knock that one down.
This guy's a double-digit threat as well, averaging 12 a game through the first 4 games.
It's been completely opposite. We thought Ruskin would be in the zone, and it's been Republic most of the game playing that zone defense. Oh, man, he is a dog defensively.
Beckmeyer, and now back into the hands of Haywood. Republic just trying to slow the bleeding. Tam will fire an open three. Offensive rebounds. Beckmeyer will try. Also off the mark. Long rebound control by Ruskin. They will run. Smith all the way to the rack, reversing. Can't flip it in.
Got to use the right hand. Right side, right hand. He's a left-handed player, but got to use that right hand. That would have been an easier layup.
Rexroth using that tight end frame to put one up and in. And a charge call will wipe off the bucket.
What a defensive play. I mean, you got to be tough to stand in and take that shoulder.
Already a couple of team fouls in this opening quarter on Republic. And it has been a rough start for the team from the Springfield area. Not shooting it well, turning it over. Trying to find their rhythm offensively.
Yeah, and credit Ruskin offensively, what they're doing.
Pull up off the mark from Few.
Limiting the Republic, that was the first offensive rebound last possession for Republic. You would think they would have more with their size advantage, but Ruskin's doing a great job.
Haywood got his man off his feet, and now he'll reassess. And a reach-in foul up top. Keeps it in the hands of Republic. Inside 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter from Blue Valley High School. Tan.
And tempo really favors Ruskin. Doesn't really have a deep bench.
Rexroth with another rebound, and he will go to the line. Yeah, does it surprise you at all that Republic has sort of lived out on the perimeter in this opening quarter, not using their size advantage to force the issue inside?
Well, it's difficult when you got quick guards who can cover basically two positions at once. That first free throw goes down. It's difficult. They're making you think about where you want to pass the ball as well. So you're hesitating to even look inside. And if you're missing from outside, so far it's been a long first quarter.
1 for 2 trip, and Matthew Ramsey wants to talk about it. 1:43 to go in this opening quarter. A hot start for Ruskin. And again, that defense putting the pressure on Republic. And go into that Republic huddle for me, Michael. Tim Brown, his team, just frustrated after a tough game last night. How do you get them out of what seems like a funk now?
I mean, you said it. I think you got to come in here and you got to respect your opponent. When you look at a Ruskin team initially, you're like, okay, they're shorter than we are. They don't go as deep. This probably won't be a difficult game, and it's been the opposite of that. And so in that huddle, you're talking about getting back to the basics. Let's play our game. Let's not try to match them speed up and down the floor. Let's move the ball. Let's get good looks, opportunity. And on the defensive end, you got to get out to those shooters. There's no reason you're in a zone and you're allowing outside shots. It's just a matter of getting back to the basics for Republic.
And again, you said it. Try not to get sped up. Republic does not play fast. They have not scored 60 points in a game yet this season. And only one opponent has scored 60 on them. That was Olathe South last night. So they want to play a defensive game. They want to live in the half court. And even though Ruskin has had a couple of fast break buckets, it seems like they are more than content to pack it in and play defense.
Oh, yeah. I've been really impressed with them offensively. Their patience on the offensive end, waiting to get a good shot. He even saw a good set against the zone, going to the high-low for a bucket. See the screen up top against the zone.
Smith got a
turnover.
Rexroth in the open floor. Rexroth maybe a little bit out of control. And a foul on the rebound is going to come back over to Ruskin. And it seemed like Rexroth just took off too early.
That's those football steps.
Yeah.
That's those football steps. I'm telling you, it takes your body a minute to adjust. Your muscle memory is a little bit different when you come off the football field. I mean, I would do that, come from football right to basketball, and it takes you a good couple, 3 weeks That's an offensive foul on top.
Yeah, DeMarcus Charles never got set. This is a freshman for Ruskin, by the way, who's averaging about 16 minutes a game. So already impressive to be a freshman playing on a team that made it to the state tournament a year ago, but he's getting significant minutes.
He's getting significant minutes. We call that throw him to the wolves, put him in the fire. He'll get baptized by fire out there. Been doing good so far.
Haywood in deep, able to muscle it up and in.
The Republic chipping away, hitting singles. See if Ruskin has an answer offensively. Last couple of possessions come away empty.
Seth Brown, and now back into the hands of Smith. Inside 50 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Batted around, and the freshman tracked it down for a moment before Haywood poked it away. And now let's see how fast Republic goes. Tan all the way to the rack, counted and one. What a take by Riley Tan through the contact.
Oh, it was a great job by Tan. Check out the ball fake right here on the hit. Watch this hit. Whoop. And he is off. Kind of get hit in midair, still able to finish. And he'll go to the line and try to complete the three-point play.
The 5'10" sophomore playing with the big boys inside. Averaging 5.5 a game off the bench. He's got a three-point play there. And just like that, it's back to a two-point game again.
Yeah, 10-3 run the last 4 minutes.
And Tan causing problems into the backcourt inside 20 seconds. And I'm sure Ruskin will hold for the final shot now.
Yeah, back into man for Republic. 10 seconds remaining here in this first quarter.
Three seconds. Few lost it. Smith got it off.
Oh, we got a foul out top.
Tan, the guilty party. And that will send Pierre Smith to the line at the end of this first quarter.
Oh, wow. Tan, I know he wasn't trying to do it, was just trying to contest. Right here, nice steal. But then, oh yeah, hit him right on that arm. Opportunity for Ruskin. And he's getting to the line and knocking the first two down.
Yeah, as you can imagine, Pierre Smith, pretty good free throw shooter as well. And that's on me, 2 for 3. But either way, Pierre Smith helps propel Ruskin to a 4-point first quarter lead, 16-12 after one. And again, that timeout probably well served for Republic. They sort of stopped the bleeding. Granted, it's a 4-point Ruskin lead, but the last half of that quarter sure felt like Republic found their footing a bit.
They definitely did. Coming out in that first quarter, kind of stagnant to start it off.
Again, this the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week live on Spectrum News. Happy to have you along. Tim Spurl and the former UMKC Rube Michael Watson. A 4-point lead for Ruskin. Hey, we're just getting started, by the way, from the Blue Valley Shootout. This is the third place game. And we have got a fun one coming up later tonight between Olathe South and Blue Valley. And for Republic, starting this second quarter, again, a rough start, especially turning the ball over in that first quarter. What's the emphasis got to be for Republic to start this second frame?
Well, I think they kind of identified what they can do defensively, and that's actually challenge those Ruskin guards on the perimeter. They've been able to cause about 3 or 4 turnovers just man to man, and then they're able to get out on their break. And then offensively for Republic, moving the basketball, getting to the bucket, and playing their game, using their size to their advantage.
Pierre Smith will try a 3 and connect.
Pierre Smith, he is a load, man. He's so much fun to watch because he does it on both ends of the floor.
5 quick points for Pierre Smith. Those free throws at the end of the quarter, and now Haywood will try and answer.
Right back, ain't cheating is what they say. Good job, Haywood from 3. Ooh.
Brown lost it.
Give me them cookies.
Eggwood trying to turn the corner all the way to the rack. He's got 5 quick points.
And that's what you talked about in the opening, what he likes to do. Get downhill, get to the bucket.
Eggwood averaging 20 and a half a game so far this year. He's already got 8 in the first half. Meanwhile, Seth Brown leading the way for Ruskin with 8 of his own. This guy, Pierre Smith, sitting on 7. Brown from the baseline off the mark. Back over to Republic. Seemingly a deeper bench for Republic. They've used a lot more guys off that bench for Tim Brown's team in this opening half, and that might be something to keep an eye on, too.
Definitely.
Again, with the way Ruskin wants to run.
They got to do a good job of using your timeouts to keep your guys fresh. And you see them kind of go into a zone on this defense to give you guys an opportunity to get a quick breathe on the defensive side.
Eggwood. And now they work into the post. Davin Parks got a poke free. And we go to our sideline reporter, Bethany Bowman, as this one is going to draw a foul and a trip to the line coming.
Thanks, guys. You know, you mentioned that Republic hasn't really played fast in this game for head coach Tim Brown in that last timeout. I think he wanted to see more of a motor from his team. And it looks like they're kind of clearing the rebound and being slow to get that outlet pass made. And I think he wants to get up and down the floor a little bit more. Of course, they're seeing some trouble in the half court because of the quickness of Ruskin. They're getting out of the passing lanes. It's making it pretty difficult to bring it down the floor slow and set up your offense and have success.
Thank you, Bethany. And immediately, I think the first thing that stands out is Republic feels like they need to run as well with Ruskin. And I said not necessarily their style. Does that surprise you at all?
Not necessarily their style, but that's an in-game adjustment from coach. He's saying, hey, we got the advantage because we have more players.
And another foul. And that might be part of it as well. Maybe you force the tempo and you get Ruskin into a little bit of foul trouble.
You get him in foul trouble, or you just tire him out. You wear him down as the game goes along. And you see it like that. Ruskin goes up to a 9-2 lead. Now it's tied at 19.
Fouls starting to stack up for Ruskin. 3 in the quarter already. 3 from the wing is good, and Republic has their first lead of the night.
Oh, yeah, they're warmed up now.
Ibish almost stepped in the passing lane. He knocks it out of bounds. He hit that 3 moments ago. And after the slow start, Republic feel a little bit more like themselves now in this second quarter. And now for Ruskin, you got to lean on your leader to slow the bleeding as well now. Brown with a little bit of a forearm shiver.
Nice.
And he's able to float it up and in.
Yeah, able to take the contact, able to initiate the contact, create a little bit of space and a nice floater to stop the bleeding for the Eagles.
Eggwood on the other side answers again.
Eggwood just knows how to score. He's just one of those players.
Him and Brown are teeing up a little bit of a battle between the two of them. They are both in double digits with 10. Baseline floater doesn't fall.
Oh!
Just inside the three-point arc, Ibish knocks it down, and that prompts a timeout from Matthew Ramsey.
That's a good timeout by Ruskin because Republic is heating up. Take a look at the last time on the floor. Just one-on-one crossover. Get to your spot on the floor and raise up. Able to knock down that mid-range jump shot. And coach needs a timeout for that quick 7-2 spurt by Republic.
And you see how dangerous this team can be. Again, had a tough shooting night last night against Olathe South. Then that will be the game on tap. Olathe South taking on Blue Valley in the championship of this Blue Valley shootout. Stick around after the conclusion of this one for the Tigers and the Falcons. But yeah, Republic just never found their footing shooting the basketball last night, and now those shots are falling. This is a tough team. And again, there's a reason why they won 24 games a season ago.
Yeah, you can see it. They kind of weathered that storm initially by Ruskin. Let's see if Ruskin has an answer. It's a turnover.
Just a bad pass from Pierre Smith, maybe a miscommunication. 5-point lead for Republic, in danger of pushing it to a 3-possession game right here.
See Ruskin back out that man-to-man defense.
Jewell in the paint getting harassed. That one poked free, but it ends up coming right back to Douglas. Hagewood directing traffic, sitting on 10 points in this first half.
Good patience by Republic on the offensive end.
Hagewood trying to stay hot. He will.
Buckets.
Another 3 from Brentley Hagewood.
Well, he is as-built. You talked about it in the opening. His ability to score the basketball, improving from last year to this year.
Smith on the other side, answer's not there. And now Republic has seized the momentum firmly in their corner. Tough take, just thrown off the backboard.
Good block.
Seth Brown got a hold of it. And now Brown gets it back, trying to pay it off. He will! Doing it on both ends.
Okay, young fella. Defense to offense. Reward me because I got that block. Gotta love it.
I told you, this is a battle brewing between Hagewood and Brown. They are both sitting on 13 first half points.
And you gotta love Olathe South student section. They're cheering for Ruskin right now. Gotta love that.
Hagewood kicks into the corner.
Uh-oh, buckets!
Aslan Ibish, his second 3 of the quarter. Smith, an offensive foul.
And kind of forcing it just a little bit. Great job that time stepping in and taking the charge. Take a look at Coach Ramsey. He's so laid back, understanding what his guys can do. Now he's just going to stay within striking distance, 2:54 remaining in the half. You don't want to let this lead balloon up to over 10 if you're Ruskin.
And what's the defensive adjustment for Ruskin? I mean, they've been sitting in man-to-man for most of this half, but now, despite that, Republic still knocking down threes. Is there anything you can do with that defense?
It's defensive discipline. We've seen them get faked out by a couple of pump fakes that allow guys to have open shot opportunities. And so you have to be disciplined on the defensive end and close out with your hands up, not allowing easy shots.
Hagewood in the paint now.
Hagewood got game, bro. Like, flat out, he can play.
15 in the first half for Brentley Hagewood.
He can play. That was a post-up right there with a nice turnaround fade.
This one taken away. And now knocked out of bounds by Smith, but it will stay with Republic, and that will bring Jordan Douglas back into the game. As if Ruskin didn't need to deal with another three-point threat. That slow start is all but forgotten at this point.
Yeah, it definitely has been erased, and these guys are playing with a lot more confidence, a lot more swagger. There's another near steal, got a hold.
Yeah, that one's gonna go against Rexroth. It was a good play made by Clayton Levels to step into the passing lane, and if he's not touched, he takes that basketball and he's off for the races. Probably a good job by Rexroth, though, to just limit the damage as he comes out of this game with 2:08 to go in the first half. Seems like an important stretch here coming up for Ruskin, this last 2-minute stretch.
It definitely is. It definitely is. You got to get some points on the board, at least 4 points or a couple of stops defensively. You don't want to let this lead balloon out before the half.
Smith has got to go track it down near midcourt. 10-point Republic lead after Ruskin led after the first quarter. Levels got it blocked.
Got it blocked. And Republic, see, they're pushing the ball every time down the floor.
Hagewood not there from just inside the free throw line. Can Ruskin respond here in the half court? Smith, a runner. Now comes Republic.
Here coach said, go, go, go. They're pushing the ball. They want to try to run Ruskin out of the gym. Uh-oh!
Haywood, another one. 18 first half points.
Oh, my goodness. He did not come to play tonight.
Jackson got his foot behind the line. Won't fall, though.
Let's take a look at Haywood. 18 points so far in this first half. And he is always looking to score the basketball. Nice push to the open shooter, and he makes you pay from three-point range.
He can go find his shot, too. Not a spot-up shooter. I mean, he'll pull it from anywhere. And he's in rhythm right now. Tough shot from the free throw line. Inside 50 seconds in this first half. In a second quarter that has been dominated by Republic. Ebish. Haywood looking for 21. He's got it with another three.
Oh, my gosh. He's trying to cut the lights off in the first half right now.
Putting on a show in the first 16 minutes in a reach-in foul.
Take a look. I mean, the bucket looks like an ocean to this young man right now. There's a defender right there. Doesn't matter. This is going up. 21 points in the first half after the super slow start to this game.
Only had 16 last night, but he has made up for it tonight. With a guy averaging more than 20 a game this year. Inside 15 seconds. Smith getting harassed near midcourt, and he gets fouled. It's an intentional foul, though, more than anything. They got fouls to give. Ruskin needing just a bit of a spark before going into the locker room. Smith, a deep three, banked it in, and he beats the horn, and there is your spark right on cue.
Just how he drew it up, off the glass before the half.
Pierre Smith ends with a three, and that trims that lead back to 13 and worth another look.
That's a great job out top of me. 3 seconds to go, and he just pulls up. Hey, man, Friday night, bank is still open somewhere.
And they need that. Matthew Ramsey, no doubt, will have a discussion around that late surge. And we go to Bethany Bowman standing by.
Coach, Brenley Haywood able to take over that first half. Did you challenge him to become that guy?
Yeah, we didn't have a very good start. We didn't have a very good start. We were on our heels, and we needed to play with a little more tempo offensively, and finally got some stops and in transition, and the ball had energy. You know, he was the recipient of our guards pitching it ahead, making one more, and he obviously is a really good player and can make plays on his own, but some of those shots, he was the recipient of the ball having energy and guys making plays.
Yeah, it did seem like you challenged your team and asked them to look for some more transition buckets, maybe get out in the run game a little bit more. How did that help in this last little run that you guys had?
Yeah, it definitely helps, you know, especially after we didn't play very well last night. We didn't shoot the ball, we didn't score it very well, and it definitely helps us. Anytime you can get an easy basket and just it sets the tone for the possession offensively whenever you play with that pace.
Okay. Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Yep.
Thank you, Bethany. And again, a 13-point lead. Pierre Smith has got 10, but the real story of this first half, Brenley Haywood, 21 in that first half, as his big half has propelled Republic to a 13-point lead. Back from the Ivy High School Game of the Week, it's halftime between Republic and Ruskin, third place game of the Blue Valley Shootout, and Republic with a giant second quarter led by Brenley Haywood. And Michael, what a half he puts on. 21 points in that first half. He hit 4 threes in the second quarter, playing out of his mind so far in this one.
Yeah, he just said, you know what, Coach, here's the play. Give me the ball, and I got it. Great job in that second quarter, rebounding after a tough start. He took that challenge on by himself.
Haywood, a slow start. And again, we talked about it in the pregame, averaging more than 20 a game in the first 5 games of the season. Let's take a look at some of those plays Haywood made in the first 16 minutes.
Yeah, the Spectrum News halftime highlights. Nice high-low action by Haywood, and this is what really got him going. That easy layup. After missing his first 3, he really locked in, knocking down the 3 right there, then defensively picked it up. And I love this play. He's probing the entire time and allowed the lanes to open up like a running back would, allowing his offensive guys to lead the way. And on the other side for Ruskin, Pierre Smith, great job getting the game started here defensively, playing the passing lane, good steals, and good look-ahead pass here. Ruskin jumped out early to a 9-2 lead on the back of plays like this for the Eagles. We had to ask him, did he average 8 steals a game? And he said, yeah, and he had 4 in that first half. Ruskin battling, kind of got stymied, a little bit in that second quarter as Republic able to hop out to a 13-point lead at half.
And we talked in that first quarter about how Ruskin was pretty much dictating the first half tempo, but we saw Republic seize that tempo back in a big way in that second quarter. You see it right there, shooting nearly 50%, and they did a lot of the damage in that second quarter. They hit 5 of their 7 threes in that second quarter.
Yeah, they took it by force. I mean, it's like they hit flipped a switch and turned it on defensively. They started doing to Ruskin what Ruskin was doing to them in that first quarter. It's been really aggressive on the defensive end, making the officials make the call, and if they weren't, they come in with some big steals because that's some easy buckets for Republic.
Another number that stands out to me, you mentioned the steals. Ruskin got all 3 of those steals early on in that opening quarter. So Republic, the 6 turnovers led to 10 points off turnover for Ruskin. But in that second quarter, all of a sudden, Republic started protecting the ball a lot better, and you see that giant run.
Yeah, they got angered. I feel like they just didn't want to lose. They got tired of how they were playing. Coach challenged them, as you saw, and they spoke with us at halftime to really play their game. And we talked about what exactly is the game for Republic. That's taking care of the basketball, and that's getting easy looks for their go-to guys.
Meanwhile, you got to flip the switch back over to that Ruskin huddle. Now you're down 13. You get a big shot there at the end of that first half. And it was a really good first quarter. Is that the roadmap, how you started that game, to work your way back into it now?
You got to be getting it done on the defensive end if you're Ruskin, understanding how quick you are playing the passing lanes, not allowing second chance opportunities. So it means putting bodies on players to box them out and limiting them to 1 shot on the offensive end.
Ruskin dug themselves a pretty big halftime hole last night against the host school, Blue Valley. And even though they ended up dropping that one 55-43, they surged in that second half. They kept that one tight throughout in that second half. And it'll be interesting to see how they respond coming out of the locker room here in this third quarter. But like we were saying, Republic had a giant second quarter, shooting nearly 50% from the field and lighting it up from beyond the arc. And it's been a lot of this guy, Brentley Haywood, 21 in that first half, including 4 threes.
You see the play out the gate is him on the post down low.
Ewell and 1.
I had to get it. I'm sorry. I was waiting for it all night long. I was waiting for it all night long. Literally, it's gonna happen. Soldier Boy, right here, taking the contact with the finish. He started the game, didn't get a whole lot of clock in that first half. But you see the emphasis is to go down low and pound it inside for Republic.
The 6'7" junior making his first varsity start. C.J. Ewell cranked that 3-point play.
Hey, I see what you did there. I see it. Let's go.
And back to a 15-point advantage again for Republic. The 16 rather. And he races essentially that 3 at the end of the half from Pierre Smith.
You have to be aggressive if you're rushing on the offensive end.
Smith looking for another 3.
Oh, man. And that's reminiscent of the first half. Penetration and kick Great job by Ruskin and Smith knocking that one down.
13 for Pierre Smith now. Hagwood kicks, and Republic will reset. Definitely not in a hurry in this third quarter, you'd imagine, guarding a double-digit lead. Well off the mark. Ewell, an offensive rebound, though. Got that one poked away. Corner three, Jordan Douglas left alone in the air ball.
He was too open. Here's Ruskin on the break. Man, wide open.
Few makes it an 11-point lead.
2 plays just like in the first half. A steal, penetration in 3. Look ahead by Smith. Easy bucket in transition.
And the turnovers are what sparked that big first quarter for Ruskin, and Douglas answers.
Man, that's a shooter for you. Just airballed the one prior to. Smith leaves it short.
Second chance, bucket won't go, and Hagwood on the break, trying to throw down, got fouled from behind.
Oh my gosh. Did he really try it on the break?
He's been waiting for that.
Oh man, he took the dunk steps with the guy running right next to him, like either you're gonna be in this post or you're gonna foul me. And if he didn't get clipped on the legs, he was definitely gonna dunk that one. All right, my guy.
The 6-foot junior can get up.
And he's only a junior?
Yeah, that's what stands out. He led this team in scoring as a sophomore, a team that went 24-4. So you're not talking about a young team just trying to win games. They won a lot of games. And a turnover in the backcourt, and now Pierre Smith a little bit hobbled.
Yeah, bump knees right there, but just kind of sloppy play on the sideline here.
Hagwood, that pass deflected around. And Smith is going to pull it out of there. Smith somehow threw a whole bunch of defenders. Free ball wasn't there, though. Parks hands off to Ewell, who gets fouled again.
That looked like all ball to me right there.
Officiating crew hasn't given us much to complain about. Cooper Moore, Robert Blatcher, Carl Albrecht. They've been on it so far tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
And normally they say that's a good thing if we're not talking about them.
Well, Cooper told me to blame the other two if it
Yeah.
was a bad call. If it was a good call, to give him the credit. So I feel you. That's what I do.
Cooper's been, some would say, perfect tonight.
He has been perfect.
That's got nothing to do with the bribe he gave me before the game either.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Hey, we're commentators. We can take bribes.
Sure can.
Those free throws push this lead to 17 now for Republic. Few almost threw it away. Seth Brown had a big first half. He had 13 in the first half. Smith got tripped and fouled.
Well, we got to show some love to the Blue Valley Athletic Director, Gerald Van Reen, for the hospitality room he put on, not only for the coaches and officials, but also for our Spectrum News crew out here.
Smith not there on the 3-ball.
Me Ranchito, baby. Come on now.
Wing 3. Wow. Knocked down by Aslan Ibish.
Now this looks like the well-oiled machine that was 24 last season. They do a great job of moving the basketball and knowing who their shooters are. The shooters do a great job of getting to their spots and knocking them down. And this lead is ballooned out to 20.
It has been a 3-point barrage. And we stressed it in the pregame. We stressed it early on in this one. This is a really good defensive team. This is just, it goes to speak how dangerous this Republic team can be when those threes are falling.
Yeah, when they're falling, but then when they're locked in. I was talking to him at halftime. I said, what happened? He said, man, we just did not play well last night, and we wanted to come out here tonight and prove a point. And they've done that in that second quarter after the slow start. And if you're Ruskin, you got to get back to what you do, and that's defensively dogs on the defensive end. Play the passing lanes and try and limit Republic to one shot. They're only needing one shot because they're dialed in right now.
Meanwhile, Ruskin struggling to create in the half court now. And when they haven't been able to get out and run, they've had to rely on their three-point game. They just are knocking them down at a rate the Republic is right now.
No, they're not. Let's see how they respond after that timeout from Coach Ramsey.
This gives us a chance to throw down to Bethany Bowman again, standing by on the sideline.
I just heard Coach Ramsey telling his team the importance of going on a run, and it will start with the defense for Ruskin. You know, he told me also out of the halftime locker room that they did not get out in transition. They did not use their quickness there in that last, 7-8 minutes, basically the fourth quarter, which allowed Republic to go on a run. He said it has been challenging because they are trying to double down on some of those post players down in the paint, but they need to get out and use their speed to their advantage.
Thank you, Bethany. Speaking of those post players, Eula's got two more, and Smith off the mark on the other end.
And I was waiting for Bethany to say, "Ooh," on that one. Kind of let me down right there.
Haywood with a good baseline drive.
Man, Haywood is just everywhere.
Adding on to his giant night. Brown can't connect. All Republic right now up 22, looking to add to it and make it 25. Another three.
Ugh. That was nasty. On the break, pulling up like that.
Second three for Ibish in this third quarter. Double-digit threes tonight for Republic, and Smith muscles in two more.
Stayed with a shot right there, able to put that one back, but Republic just be able to get what they want on the offensive end. A weave action out top.
That one poked free, and it will stay with Republic. And the size has also kept Ruskin honest defensively, and that's probably playing into why Republic has had so many good looks at three.
It definitely has. They haven't had an opportunity to really extend on that perimeter. Nice out of bounds play. Oh my gosh.
Friendly Eggwood has got two more.
His ability to move without the basketball is just as good as his ability to play with the basketball. Ooh.
Baseline fading away, pretty shot.
Oh, nice behind the back crossover right there for the bucket.
Smith active still defensively in this 23-point game, knocks it out of play. (24-4) a season to go. Lost in the Class 6 District 5 semifinal to Kickapoo. It is a loaded district featuring Kickapoo and Nixa. It's never going to be easy when you get to districts for Republic. Tan connects on a three.
And Tan just checked into the game. Like, he literally just came off the bench, knocked that one down.
Everyone has range on this Republic team, seemingly.
They all can shoot it, that is for sure.
I told you, they hadn't topped 60 in a game at this point in the season. They've already played 5 games, but they have blown by 60 in the third quarter tonight. Looking for another one. Ibish not there, but an offensive rebound. Tan couldn't connect on the bunny, but they keep the possession alive. Haywood, baseline, that one thrown away, but a foul. Haywood, 26 now in the game.
Well, he's definitely trying to go for 30 tonight. I think he's well on his way to doing that. Inside out game for him. Able to handle the ball, but really been impressed with how he plays defensively as well.
27 in the game. perfect trip from the free throw line. And again, you look at his numbers and you might think this is a one-dimensional team. Hasn't been the case tonight.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah, he's just been the hot hand, and it helps when your best player is the hot hands. Off the heel of the iron, and another foul underneath on the rebounds. But as we've seen, everyone's been knocking down for Republic. This is a deep bench as well that helps Tim Brown's squad.
I'm so ready for the next game just because of the student section. Every time a Blue Valley fan walks in, the Olathe South student section barks at them. It scares the daylights out of them. It is so funny. Oh, my goodness. Student section is like a class in school. I think you got to practice what they do.
Smith not there. Yeah, that next game is going to be a party. Hey, oh! Trying to stuff that one. It's Smith on the other end. Not there. Hagwood wants it, man.
Oh, my God. He went for the lane, though. All right, young fella.
Rexrow got fouled before the shot. I don't want to nitpick, but technically that's been his most inefficient shot.
Right.
Break.
Take a look at it, right? He came for it, though. The cockback. I mean, he wasn't playing. I mean, if you're going to do it on TV, though. Like, ooh.
That might be part of it. That's what he's trying. It's going to be loud for our second game, by the way.
It's going to be ridiculously loud. We got the band literally right behind it. Oh, man.
It helps when the host school gets to the championship game.
Oh, for sure.
Man, Olathe South, they brought everybody for the second game of the Blue Valley Shootout.
I mean, well, we're way out here in North Wichita anyway. I feel like Olathe's right down the street. Olathe's right down the street. Emporia, North Wichita, it's the same thing.
Just over a minute to go in this third quarter.
This is Oklahoma North Valley. Pierre Smith with the bucket is a near steal. He is still going full throttle.
Yeah, you got to love his motor. Tan, corner three. Ooh. His second three of the quarter.
He's been great off the bench for Republic, really giving a lift defensively as well as offensively.
Jackson not there. Hagwood. Open on the baseline. Owen Fry, two more. A 30-point advantage for Republic nearing the end of this third quarter. Quite the turnaround from the opening quarter.
For sure.
It was a rocky start for Republic. Remember, late in the first quarter, Ruskin had opened up what was, I believe, an 8-point lead or so. Tim Brown had to take a timeout, and since that timeout, it has been all Republic. They have dumped nearly 60 points on the board in the last two quarters. And they'll have a chance to pull the final shot of this third quarter. Riley Tan attacking, banking it in. 10 in the quarter for Riley Tan.
Nice left.
That one not there, and we're at the end of three. All Republic. They have taken full control of this one. What was a 13-point halftime lead has now ballooned to a 30-point lead heading for quarter four. And that was about as good of a quarter as you can get if you're the Tigers of Republic. And in a game like this, you're up 30, and it's still early season. You're still trying to find your footing. Is this a game where you call off the dogs right now, or do you still need to get some of those guys important minutes?
I think it's an opportunity to play your bench players a little bit more, trying to get them acclimated to varsity level play. I think you've kind of shown out and remove the dust from last night, if you will. That bad taste out your mouth from last night. But these guys have come out and just been a hurricane here tonight against Ruskin.
It's been fun. You're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week on Spectrum News. One of two. We got a doubleheader for you on deck tonight. This the third place game, and it would appear Republic well on their way to grabbing that third place trophy. And at the conclusion of this one, we've got the championship game on deck at the Blue Valley Shootout. It is going to be loud for that one between Blue Valley and Olathe South. Again, that one follows the conclusion of this one. Tim Spurl, Michael Watson alongside with you. And a majority of those starters out there to start this fourth quarter for Ruskin and Republic. So just like you were saying, get those guys minutes, and that is a deep three from Pierre Smith.
Oh my goodness.
He continues to roll.
That's beyond NBA right there.
He's approaching the 20-point plateau. Tam looking to keep filling it up off the mark. Hagewood gets fouled. Some impressive single game numbers for some of these guys tonight. Brentley Hagewood sitting on 28. Seth Brown sits with 20. Pierre Smith after that three has got 17.
I'm having too much fun watching the entrance of these kids walking in this gym. Oh my gosh. I just wish you could see what we see when they start barking. Olathe South and Blue Valley. There's a game coming up after this, the championship game of the Rick Taylor tournament. Out here in the mean streets of Blue Valley, baby.
Not there for Jackson, and the future Memphis Tiger pulls in another rebound.
He can go and play next year.
Yeah. Hagewood, two more. He's got 32 tonight.
Hagewood is not joking tonight. He came out, didn't play well. That first shot was not his best. And after that, he just took it personal.
Smith looking for another deep ball. And speaking of recruiting, we mentioned Rexroth heading to Memphis to play football. And I know only a junior, but Hagewood doesn't have an offer on the ledger yet. But it seems like something is going to come his way over the next two seasons.
Oh, that is for sure. He's a player that can play at the next level. No doubt about it. As a kickball is called against Smith. But no doubt about it, he'll continue to polish his game even more. But that toughness and that tenacity, you can't match that. I mean, when you got a guy who has a knack for scoring, there's a place for him at the next level.
Oh, gosh. Rexroth bodying up inside.
Oh, gosh. I'm a man move right there on the post.
The future Division I tight end has got two more. Tan looking for more. Got more.
Man, he got a nice stroke though, too, though.
Riley Tan, the sophomore off the bench, has filled it up tonight for Republic. He's got 14 off the bench.
He got 14, a couple of nice steals in that first half.
Been a three-point specialist tonight. Running clock in this fourth quarter. Straightaway three from Beckmeyer. This one going to come out of bounds, back over to Ruskin. And now Tim Brown opting to empty out the bench here for the last stretch of the fourth quarter. Ryder Davis checks on. Owen George also in the ball game, as is Caden Hayward. Jackson. Oh, George trying to create space twice. Owen Fry got met by Smith at the summit, and that is going to go back over to Ruskin. Hey, Pierce Smith has made some plays. This kid can get up, man. He's a little bit undersized at 5'10", but he can leap.
5'10" is being generous as well, but he has some hops. And his motor, he hasn't stopped playing hard the entire game.
Through a crowd, counted Pierre Smith. A chance for a three-point play.
That was a nice job. Left hand going to a strong hand. Able to avoid the contact. Take a look at it right here. Down the middle of the lane. Ooh, that's a quick call. Could have been a charge. Gets the call. He'll go to the line, and he misses the free throw.
Tan leading the break the other way for Republic.
Another steal.
Again, active hands. Hey, same thing we were kind of talking about with Hagwood. Smith doesn't have an offer, and I understand he's a little bit undersized, but do you figure that he's got a home at the next level somewhere?
Of course. I think it's just a matter of his size right now. But what you can't teach is his quickness and his defensive instincts. Wow, what a pass. Oh, my goodness. Tan with the dime.
How about the sophomore, Riley Tan? He's been tremendous off the bench tonight. 14 points, collects that assist right there. Tim Brown may have found himself something off the bench. Offensive rebound, and that ends up being a 4-point possession for Republic. And now Matthew Ramsey trying to empty his bench here inside 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. .157 to go. Tim Howard in his huddle. This is his sixth season, and he has done nothing but win games, Michael. 4 20-win seasons in his first 5 years as the head coach, including a state tournament appearance in his first year. And they've started the year 2-3, about to be 3-3. There are going to be bumps in the road, but it seems evident that this is a very well-coached team.
Very well-coached team, and they got a lot of nice pieces on the perimeter and nice size inside. Sometimes it just takes wins like this so you can look and say, hey, what are we doing well? What can we capitalize on? And then what do we need to work on? Taking care of the basketball. When we do that,
Smith couldn't finish after he crossed over, and he's got an assistant that has also been around the block. Tony Armstrong, one of his assistant coach, he spent 5 seasons at Blue Springs as the head women's coach for the Wildcats. Joins him on that coaching sideline.
It's awesome to have that type of wisdom and experience with you as a head coach. I often tell people coaching is like flying an airplane and having to know what every button on that thing does. Dealing with the different players and personalities, it's great to have an assistant coach to help you with that, a co-pilot.
Travel on the offensive board as we tick inside 60 seconds in this third place game. And just a reminder, we have got a fun one coming up in the championship of the Blue Valley Shootout. The host school taking on Olathe South. That one's going to be a blast. Smith, another parking lot 3 off the back iron.
Oh, God. I think Bethany needs to go and just sit right in the middle of the Olathe South student section and report from there. Like, that's my vote.
Yeah, forget this sideline stuff.
Yeah,
we want the student section.
The student section shot, yeah, because that's where it's at.
We might not hear her, but
absolutely,
she'll be there.
Absolutely not.
And Republic is going to take this clock down, and they are going to walk out of the Blue Valley Shootout back to 500. They go 2-1, and they claim the third place trophy in this Blue Valley Shootout. And we were talking about it. This is a Republic team that, boy, it seems like they've got a lot of pieces. They've got a lot of veterans. This is a team that, and again, early season, I understand 3-3, but they certainly seem dangerous.
They definitely do. And when they're clicking and those shooters are shooting how they can play, I was really impressed with what they did defensively. I wasn't expecting for them to get out and really be aggressive and push the tempo themselves, but they're showing that they have that element in their game as well, which I think will only make them tougher down the road.
It helps when you got a guy that can dump in 32 points, and we go to Bethany standing by with Brindley Haywood.
32 points tonight from Brindley. Brindley, you were such a spark for your team there in the first half, and obviously your guys played really well together down the stretch. How good of a team win does this feel?
Amazing. We've been trying to put together our pieces for the last, 5 games. Football went to state. Haven't had them forever. We just now got our 2 bigs back, and it just feels good to just get a win like this under our belt.
So a career high, we're thinking, for you. What was working so well? What allowed for such a special night?
My teammates, they were finding me, getting me open shots, and they were making them as well, which pulled the defense away, which made it easier for me. So that's all I can say.
I heard them giving you some trouble on the bench. You got too high on that dunk that you weren't able to capitalize.
Yeah, I think I might have got a little bit too high, but that's fine.
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Bethany. Yeah, that was the only thing we were missing from Brindley tonight, that hammer flush. But outside of that, he played phenomenally, knocking down threes all night. Ends with 32 points in this one. In Republic, the third-place winner of the Blue Valley Shootout. They are back to 3-3. Stay with us on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Welcome back to Blue Valley. Republic claims the third-place trophy in this Rick Taylor Blue Valley Shootout, 87-51. And you see it, just 12 points in the first quarter, but then all Republic from then on. Your thoughts on what was an impressive all-around performance, including 32 from Brindley Haywood?
It was a way to battle back and weather the storm by Ruskin, who really came out defensively. And initially looked like they were going to make this a game, but Republic came out so strong in that second quarter, led by Brindley and his shooting ability. It was a team effort on the defensive side for Republic as well.
And for Ruskin, they dropped to 2 and 3, but Pierre Smith, Seth Brown, they still filled it up. They combined for 37. You got to remember they were playing a Class 6 opponent. Still an impressive tournament for Ruskin. They hung with some of the big boys in Kansas and Missouri. But this third-place game was all about Republic. Back to 500 and an impressive performance tonight from Haywood and company. For Michael Watson, I am Tim Spurl. Thank you for joining us, the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. We keep rolling on, though. Championship game coming up next.